Welcome back to the Masterclass Forum at Sirha Arabia. I am your MC today. I'm Badr Faiz. If you just joined us, we are bringing back a very, very busy chef. She has a production laboratory, B2B, supplying 10 different businesses in Paris. She also has two bakeries and a online pastry shop. Very busy girl. She and the and especially the online shop is is a testament to the flavors that she's doing, but because flavors actually speaks louder than words. Please give a warm welcome to Nina Metayer.
Hello.
I'm joining her as well.
Thank you.
Chef Heyam. She is the Kiri Pro Executive Chef. So what are you making for us today?
So I'm very happy today to share the scene with Hemi. Hemi, we met each other for the first time in France. She came in our laboratory and we worked together and we worked with Kiri. We tried to make some recipes. She worked as well with us, with our team for nearly 1 week, for a few days.
Yes.
And I'm very happy to make this cheesecake with you. So this cheesecake, I'm going to give you all the secrets about all the tries we made, all the texture to have a very nice cheesecake, to have a cheesecake. We are going to have a cooked cheesecake inside, to have something very comfortable, very like the cheesecake we used to eat where we are young, for me.
Smooth and light.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a chantilly cheesecake around, but pipe to have like a very sophisticated cheesecake with a taste of very réconfortant. How do you say réconfortant?
That I don't know. Can you?
Really
Comforting.
comforting.
Comforting. Yes. Okay. So.
Maybe I let you traduce.
Okay. So شيف نينا حتعمل تشيز كيك بس زي ما عودتنا انه الاشياء اللي التقنيه اللي هي بتسويها والخطوات اللي هي بتسويها بتهتم كثير في المنتج النهائي انه يكون الملمس والقوام. كل هذه امور اخذت وقت طويل وتجارب مره كثيره عشان يطلع التشيز كيك اللي احنا كنا نفتكره واحنا صغار. شيء يحضنك وانت صغير ويكون طعمه زي الكريمه كده، ما هو معجن ولا هو ملبد. Yes.
So it's an honor to have been with you in the kitchen, and it's an honor to have created with you this amazing dessert that we have been known culturally in Saudi to have kiri in cheesecakes at home. And now growing out of home, we want to bring the kiri taste that people love to restaurants, to cafes, for people to try it. Because we know a lot of people have less and less time to make it at home, but they still want the best quality and the best flavor. So thank you so much for introducing me to new techniques, to welcoming me to your kitchen. It was such a pleasure. And I can translate in Arabic quickly. عملنا التشيز كيك مع كيري اللي هو طعم محبب جدا لكثير ناس بالسعودية. كلنا بنعرف انه الكثير منا بنستعمل الكيري بالتشيز كيك ببيوتنا ومنازلنا، بس اليوم رح نقدم لكم اياها ان شاء الله بمطاعم اكثر، باماكن اكثر، كافيهات اكثر، بتكنيك رائع من شيف نينا متيه. وهلا الشيف رح تورجينا اكثر كيف هي عم تعملها.
Wow. Congrats. I'm very impressed. Okay, first of all, Kiri block. I really love this Kiri block because it stabilizes the product. You know, in pastry, sometimes it's very complicated because when you cook, it can souffle, or you need to stabilize to have the right texture, the right movement, because if you mix too much, what happened? The grease is going out. If you put some air inside, it's going to souffle and then it's come down. So it's not nice. So how it's important, it's to mix well. This one, I'm going to mix a little bit of kiri block. Tempered is better, because if it's too cold, it's going to be harder to mix. And then always you have, and maybe Himi is going to accompagner to do it with me and to give me some tips as well, because she knows very well kiri. And I like to mix sugar first with a little mass of kiri.
Yeah. So as we know, the kiri block is one of our greatest products as well, and it mixes easily. The creamy spread might be faster to mix, but because this part is baked, so we are using the block for it. Would you like me to?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
If you want.
So the chef chose it for the baked one for stability, for flavor, of course. And you will see that we are using the block and the creamy spread in different applications.
With the block, the most important it's what I'm doing now. If I work that, if I make it a little bit softer, I need to do that first. It's the most important part of mixing the kiri block, is to softer this part.
أهم شيء نطريها للجبنة لما نستعملها. يعني أنا بنصح إنه دائما تكون بدرجة حرارة الغرفة. I recommend at room temperature, chef.
It's good if it's just tempered, not too cold, not too hot. We don't need to heat if it's not necessary, because if you heat this block, you are going to lose some qualité organoleptique.
Yes, we will lose some of that quality.
Organoleptic quality. Yeah.
So sometimes I see a common mistake. People put it in the microwave to make it hot faster. I don't think that's right, or it will not give you the best, and it will maximize the quality of kiri cheese. So ideally, you don't want it to be too cold or too hot, room temperature, but not out for too long.
What's the difference between this cheese and a normal cream cheese? Like, I don't want to say other names of cream cheese, but what is the main difference?
Where do you want me to start?
Anywhere you want. Anyway,
maybe
so people will understand and appreciate the differences that they can, take this to either their business or even use
I'm biased, so I will leave it to another professional opinion.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, for this one, it's first of all, you have this taste is very particular.
Yeah, okay.
Why it's particular? Because we have eaten when we were young kiri. Okay, so in your bibliothèque, in your taste, you have in your heart, you don't know why, but when you eat something who makes you remind something nice, you start to feeling nice. This is our own memory. It's very deep inside everyone, and it's something you cannot control.
For nostalgia is the most important part here.
For dessert is very important.
So كان سؤالي ليش كيري وليه ما بيستخدم أي كريم تشيز تاني، يعني ما أبغى أذكر أسامي تانية، بس فقالت إنه من أهم الأشياء إنه إحنا أصلاً تربينا كلنا تقريباً أكل كيري وهو صغير، فهذا الذاكرة هذه تلعب دور كبير في التجربة اللي واحد بيسويها، خصوصاً دحين التشيز كيك كلها أصلاً شيئين، التشيز والبسكوت اللي تحت، فجدا مهم الذاكرة تلعب في الذاكرة هي كويس، فيعني هذا شيء مهم.
But in dessert, what is important with this, when you are professional and you want to use the kiri, but in the professional way, it's at that time kiri is very important. It's like, because it's made to help you to have the right texture and to use at the right moment and to have a help in your work, in your everyday work.
أنا خليك الترجمة دي.
كيري بلوك مصنع بطريقة إنه يساعدك على العمل، فيه المقومات اللي بنحتاجها، بيعطيك الستابيليتي المطلوبة، القوام المطلوب، وقت الخلط ما بيكون طويل جدا، وغير الطعم اللي هو احنا بنسميه كيرينس، الطعم اللي احنا دائما بندور عليه واحنا كثير فخورين فيه كمان. العمل فيها كشف محترفه ممتع.
صح 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 صح.
وطبعا الكواليتي للكريمه والحليب اللي بنستعملها بكيري، يعني هلا انا كنت لما رحت اشوف الشيف بفرنسا برضه رحت على البلانت وين عندنا جبنه كيري، وانتم واصلين بالقطار بتشوفوا هيك الكاوز برا، بتشوفوا البقر برا عم برعى، بتعرفوا انه جد جاي من رعي خارجي، من هواء طلق، من جراس فيد، كل الاشياء الكواليتي اللي احنا بدنا اياها تكون موجوده بالحليب وبالكريمه اللي عم نشربها.
في just so for the non-professionals in the audience, what's the technique that you're using here? What are you trying to do?
Now, what I use is I try to don't put air inside. For that, if I use that, I can a little bit, but not to wipe. If I use the whisk, it's just a little bit as Marie's, as this spatula.
As what?
As spatula. I can mix a little bit, but I don't need, because if I mix too much, and if I put air inside, the grease is going out and I failed everything, okay? Because what we want is this taste of our childhood, but in the gastronomic way, with all the technique, with all the skill about a pastry chef. So
الطريقة اللي هي بتسويها دحين طبعا it's called creaming أول شيء، اللي هي بتحاول تدخل أشياء سائلة مع شيء دسم. بس هي طبعا في العادة احنا في البيت نستخدم المضرب ده عشان يسهل علينا، بس هي ما بتستخدمه لأنه ما تبغى تدخل هواء في المنتج، عشان الهواء حيفرق مع في الملمس في الأخير، لأنه حيفصل الدهن عن باقي المكونات. So these are very high-tech professional techniques, very simple.
And what you can do? No, oh, sorry, I stopped.
Just the idea of not introducing air makes all the difference in the final product. Which is
and
amazing.
It's very simple ingredients. It's only kiri, cream, eggs, and sugar, and that's it. And why it's very nice? It's because we mix it well, softly, without air, and leave the. And now, if you are making big quantity, you can have a bowl with a spatula, you know, the flat one, not slowly, not too fast. It's very important, not too fast. And if there is a little pieces, what you should do is to have a big bowl and to mix, but be careful to don't incorporate.
To incorporate
air inside. Okay, if you mix with a hand mixer, it's very nice, but without air.
How many trials did you do to come up with this?
20, 25,
20.
at least.
Wow.
I think.
And does that go with almost everything that you create? As you go and do it and see if it works or not?
Do you have scissors? The things is very important. It's detail by details. When you make a try, you have to check everything goes well and everything goes wrong to improve one by one the things you can improve. When you think the texture is not perfect, feel your instinct and try again. And in each try, you are going to learn something. And if you failed, it's very important to fail, and it's the best part for you, because if you fail this dessert, it's because you know it's not working, and you learn something, and you know you have to do differently. So failing is very, very important, and all the tries make the dessert very nice at the end.
فطبعا عشان توصل للوصفة دي جربتها ممكن 20 ولا 25 مرة، فبتقول أي شيء انتوا تسووه مرة ضروري انكم انتوا تجربوا وتتعلموا من كل شيء بيصير صح وكل شيء، وخصوصا كل شيء بيصير غلط، لأنه كل شيء غلط بيصير تتعلم منه أكثر من الأشياء الصح. الأشياء الصح خلاص تعرفوها، الأشياء الغلط كيف تعدل وكيف تحسن وكيف توصل للشيء اللي في الأخير حيحط لمستك في هذه الوصفة.
And we make a lot of try as well about how we cook this cheesecake, because the
Yes.
cooking is very important. We need to cook very slow. I can give you a recipe about cooking, but depend of your oven. It's nice to cook with humidity, so it's not drying. You have two ways to cook cheesecake. This one is cooked very low, like 100 degrees for around 10-15 minutes. But depend of your oven. You always have to check, and to check the texture inside. This one is frozen, so you need to check as well how this frosts. And the kiri is very good about that. To stabilize a product, you have to frozen and defrozen.
Only 10 minutes of cooking?
Cooking only 10 because it's small.
Okay.
If it's big, it can be 20 minutes, okay?
Okay.
So, to make this dessert, I need to frozen it because I need to pipe around. So, and the kiri stabilize the freezing. This is important as well.
Yes. So the chef كانت عم بتقول بالانجليزي هلا كثير من الشفات طبعا المحترفين بيستعملوا البلاست تشيلر، سو التفريز هي جزء من العمليه لما نعمل اي كيك. كيري تشيز كيك because او كيري تشيز بسبب الطريقه اللي هي مصنعه فيها the way it's emulsified، حتى بعد التفريز ما بتطلع مويه كثير، يعني بتضلها متماسكه. فحتى لو فحصتوا نفس المنتج عملناه مع اي منافس ثاني وحطيناهم وحطيتوا تحتيها ورقه، لما ينزال منها التفريز نسبه السائل والمويه اللي بتنزل منها كثير اقل من الاجبان الثانيه.
بس لازم بلاست فريزر ولا اي
No,
فريزر؟
I was just saying that we use the blast freezer a lot in the kitchen as professional chefs. So freezing is always part of the process. So sometimes with cream cheese, after you defrost it, you lose a lot of the water, where because of the way kiri block is made and emulsified, that water is not released as much as it's released with other products.
But it has to be
So
blast freezer.
sometimes you freeze it,
Yeah.
even like to distribute it.
Yeah.
So أحيانا بتفرزها بس عشان توزعها. بس أحيانا كمان خلال عملية عمل الكيك وبالمطبخ بيكون عندك البلاست فريزر كثير.
صح.
فهي من الأشياء اللي إحنا دائما بنحكيها للشفات.
بس مو الفريزر العادي اللي في البيت.
حتى الفريزر العادي اللي بالبيت.
بيزبط.
لما بالضبط.
اوكي.
When frozen and defrost is controlled, it's good to frozen. It's not bad because you keep the vitamin, you keep all the flavor. When you have, it's better to frozen and defrost even if it's for 2 days to keep all the flavor than leave in the fridge too long. Okay, but if you frozen, you have to manage how you are going to defrost, and it's you can't freeze like crème pâtissière or crémeux or some kind of stuff like that. But and if you want any nice shape, you should freeze.
Yes.
Okay, so now, yes, I didn't talk about this chantilly. This chantilly, I made it with the spread one. We say
creamy spread.
Yeah. Okay. And why I choose this one? This one, it's more light. It's lighter. It's just bring to the chantilly la rondeur. How do you say la rondeur?
The wholeness of the flavors.
Complete rounded flavors.
Yes, rounded flavor.
Yeah.
With la tenue, with the texture and roundness. And I decided to put vanilla on it because it's so.
I wanted to mention something because some people asked earlier. They wanted the recipes. The recipes will later be on if the chefs are sharing. There's going to be on Sirha Arabia. So for people that wanted to know, في ناس يبغوا الوصفات. فإذا الشيف كان حيتدي الوصفات فحتلاقوها في الأخير على صيغة العربية وحتلاقوا الوصفات كلها إن شاء الله.
وهاي الوصفة بالذات رح يكون عندنا إياها كمان على البوث موجودة على كرت إذا أي حد بحب ياخذها بالتفاصيل كاملة. The recipe will also be available on our booth if anyone wants to pass by and get this specific recipe. Also, like just to add for the creamy spread, it's an excellent use because also the crème chantilly is cold. It's not exposed to any heat, so it mixes faster, and we also don't freeze it. So it's a great way of using both of our products in different ways.
So
And-
you just whisk it?
Okay, and this is the most important.
Ah, yes.
So this recipe of Chantilly, it's made with a little bit of milk, a little bit of fish gelatin, and then the spread cream of a little bit of sugar, not too much, and vanilla. Why there is that much ingredients in this Chantilly? Okay, because what happens if you put only cream and you wipe it, it's not stabilized, and so you have to whip it a little bit too much to make it the good texture to pipe. But if you whip it, if you wipe a little bit too much, what happens? You feel the grease inside, and it's a little bit granuled. Okay.
Grainy.
If you whip it not enough, it's going to be very light and very tasty, but you can't pipe it. Okay. So
Okay.
we always focus on the taste. This is the most important, because if you make a very nice dessert, but at the end you eat something not good, it's the worst can happen. Because your head, imagine to eat very nice dessert, and when you eat, you are super disappointed. It's better to have a dessert not so nice with a very good taste, because you are very surprised in the good way. So, for that I want a very nice and tasty Chantilly. But I want as well a beautiful dessert. So, what happened with the gelatin? The gelatin, it makes me during long on the day. Because on a display, sometimes you make the dessert in the morning and you are going to eat late in the night. So you need to have a same dessert since the beginning until the end. The gelatin stabilizes for longer. The water is not going out. And what Kiri bring here, it's the texture. Then you don't have to wipe too much. You just have to wipe less than necessary, because Kiri is going to stabilize and you can pipe, and you don't feel the grease. So this is why it's important to have that. The milk is just to melt the gelatin. Okay, we don't really need the milk.
What happens if you use cream and gelatin?
Just cream and gelatin is going to be too jelly. You can feel the jelly texture. So when
Okay.
you pipe, it's not going to be round like that. It's going to
Break.
Yeah, break.
Okay.
You know, Chef Nina, this is also a very common recipe as a topping for tea in our markets in Asia. They love mixing the kiri cheese with whipping cream and topping it on their beverages. It's actually a very popular use for it. So you guys can try it as well with your favorite beverage.
I'll let you translate.
في-
'cause I forgot half of it.
لانه كيري زي ما بتعرفوا هي بالاصل منتج فرنسي لكن منتشر عالميا. بالسوق عندنا في مناطق اسيا، في الصين وفي اليابان وفي كوريا وغيره، بيستعملوا نفس هاي الريسبي حتى تكون توبينج للانواع الشاي سواء البارد او الساخن. فبيحبوا كثير يعملوا انواع الشايات ويحطوا الويب كريم مع الكيري تشيز اون توب.
بس قولي لهم ليه بتستخدم الكيري وما بتستخدم الكريمه العاديه في الكريم شانتيه؟
لانه الكيري بتعطيها القوام المطلوب، هي بتستعمل كريمه بس بنسبه اقل، فهي بتضيف الكريم تشيز مع الكريمه. بعدين لما تعملهم ويبينج تخلطهم بالخلاط مع بعض، ما بتاخذ نفس الوقت اللي ممكن تاخذها الكريمه لحالها. واذا الكريمه طولت كثير بالويبينج بتصير فيها حبيبات غير مرغوب فيها، بس طولت اكثر بتصير زبده.
صح.
فدائما في نقطه معينه كثير حساسه انت بنقدر نوقف خلط للكريمه. فانا بالنسبه لي حتى الكريم تشيز بتعطيني هيك سيفتي، حمايه، انه خلص اذا حطيتها بيكون عندي المنتج اللي بدي اياه من غير ما اخاطر انه الكريمه توصل المرحله المتفككه اللي ما بدنا اياها.
كانت بتتكلم كمان عن في المطعم في شيء من بدايه من الظهر لين الليل، ففي ايش كانت بتقول؟ انه
الكريمه لما نعملها لازم نحضرها وتكون جاهزه، انها تضلها قاعده معنا بهذا الشكل من الصباح للمساء، لانه احيانا احنا بنروح على اي بيكري، اي محل قهوه، بنشوف كل الحلويات محطوطه امامك، بس هي بتنحط من الصباح وممكن تتضيف لحديد فتره المساء، فبدنا نتاكد انه قوام الكريمه يضل متماسك، وبرضه الكيري بتعطيها هاي الستابيليتي المطلوبه حتى تضلها متماسكه.
ممتاز.
Okay, I'm going to explain you how I pipe as well. I can make more. So, The tuile as well. The tuile, I explained you just before that we are very proud to invent this tuile in long time ago with my husband at home with our small 3D printer. And because we work with Kiri, we said, okay, why we don't put Kiri on this tuile? And we tried, and it works. So we replace the butter with Kiri. And what happens? It's shiny. It's crazy. It's shiny. It's more strong, and the Kiri brings a little bit the dry things you need to make it stronger. Because usually this tuile is very fragile and take very fast the humidity, and the Kiri makes this tuile get out the humidity, more strong, more dry, and shiny. Very nice.
Yes, even when we were preparing for this trip, chef, we have we thought of getting a certain compound. I would say that the chef usually would have in her box to protect the tuile from humidity to not break, and we did not have it in Saudi. And we have been moving tuiles for a few days, and it didn't break, to prove that we're anti-humidity.
Crazy. And to pipe this one, we need to have the frozen cheesecake inside, because it's frozen, so I can pipe tranquillement, quiet. And then, little by little, this one is going to defrost, and the chantilly is going to be cooler, and then the texture is going to inverse. This one is going to be very soft, and the outside a little bit more strong, so it's make...
I think we're running out of time, so we need to have the audience taste, because you've been explaining so much, and everybody's hungry and and wants some of this tasty stuff.
Okay.
So if you can please.
Maybe Alicia. Sorry, I didn't present you, Alicia. She's very important with me. She worked with me in creation, recherche DNA, R&D, I don't know, R&D in Paris, and she make lots of events with us, and thank you, Alicia, to prepare all these few days with us. We had a very nice dinner yesterday. She cooked without shoes on the dessert. So it was very funny. And yes, and thank you a lot, Amy, for all your work and for all your conseil advance. Conseil advance. Wow. And thank you a lot, Kiri, for this few days event and everything.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge, chef.
And thank you.
I like the audience participation. Everybody's translating everything, so it's wonderful.
And if you have any question, or I will be here a little bit. I don't know how long. I don't know what I have, but don't hesitate to come to me, and we can speak about. And I'm very proud to be here. And I came a few years ago before in Riyadh, and I really love it. And I'm very happy to be here again. So
we're happy to have you. Thank you very much, Chef. That's excellent, very informative, and I think professionals and non-professionals will really learn a lot. Have learned a lot from. I've learned myself.
Oh,
so
nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.